Today I'm going to talk to you about how I made a ruined castle. So welcome to my layout, which is called Edge Hey Strines. My name is Carol Flavin and I am a railway modeller. Hello, I'm Carol Flavin. Today I'm here to talk to you about making ruined castles on your layout, model railway layouts. I wanted one really early, actually, as did my grandchildren, when we were still working off a trestle table. And I couldn't really come up with a way of doing one then. That was about 4 years ago. Nowadays, there are some really good card kits out there. There are some other people who make castles or ruined castles. But at that point, I couldn't really find anything I liked the look of. And I was walking past a pet shop when I saw this, I think it's resin, aquarium, plastic maybe, in the shop window. And I thought, I really like that. It wasn't very expensive, so I bought it on the spot. Brought it home, and the kids and I painted it, and we added some weathering and various other things. Then we realised actually it wasn't very tall. So we made a base for it. And that base, it has a footpath, it has some trees, it's just generally made of, to make it look like a real scenic item. By the way, this spot here is because this has pride of place now on my layout on the left hand side as you go in through the door, and it's right up above a waterfall diorama, which some of you may have seen. I've done videos on that as well, and as an article appeared somewhere. And the point is, that is the cave that the water comes out of. That's why that's there. This is really about to be stuck down permanently on the layout because I'm actually modelling and doing the scenics on the mountains at the moment. But on the other side, probably 8-10 foot away, there was, and I have a plateau area, and I wanted an opposing castle because you often get that in the real world, either because they were both defensive items or they were fighting each other. So I wanted another castle, so I went and found another aquarium castle. Now this one is a bit bigger, it was a little bit more expensive, but I liked the fact that it had lots of turrets, lots of movement. It looked pretty realistic, except the colours were awful. Not for a model railway, by the way, not for an aquarium. So I bought this one and did much the same really, created a base for it as well, so it stands out and it looks quite prominent. So this video is all about how I made both of the castles, but this one in particular because the other one was made years enough ago that I actually didn't take many pictures of it. I'd acquired a second-hand aquarium castle that I wanted to use, but it looked a bit cutesy, so I painted it grey, and then I went through a process of lightening the whole castle with buff titanium and deciding how I was going to highlight it using black paint so that I could pick out crevices, steps and all the interesting bits of the castle. Once it was finished, it looked rather more dramatic. I wanted to give the castle a bit of height and also to make it easily transportable, so I made a base of insulating foam, cut it and carved it, covered it in Mod Podge toilet paper, and when it was dry I painted it grey. I made some little steps leading up to the front of the castle. I put some rocks in, and I also made a scree or a few screes running down from the rock of the castle itself. I put grass down and I also put some gravel in places. Then I set to and painted it all to look as if it had come from the same place as the actual castle itself. I made a little water feature of a rock pool and a river running off. This was before it actually dried. You can see that little waterfall just down there on the left-hand side once it was completed. I then added figures, I added grasses and greenery and growth and trees. And this is the castle located actually on my layout alongside the church. These are 3 shots of the first castle, made in pretty well the same way really, painted, highlighted, put on a base and some scenery created on that base. I also wanted to be in a position where I could use something that some of you may be familiar with, and that is crochet trees. Now, when I was team leader of the Loco Ladies, one of the things we did was make a forest of crochet trees. I only kept a few of them because we sold most of them when we were at Worley for breast cancer awareness charity. But I wanted somewhere to put them. I didn't want to make a huge area, it wasn't a full forest. But what this is a place where I can put trees around it so that I can use them. So this is also a diorama. It lifts off, as you can see. It's got a base and it's quite solid. My intention is to take this out to model railway exhibitions as part of demos with some of my colleagues, some of my other Loco Lady friends, when we can. So maybe I'll see you there and we can talk about it. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching how I made this castle. The castle itself I set out just to have a bit of fun actually and see what I could make, and it ended up looking reasonably good, so I thought I'd show you how I did it. I've been doing some lighting on it. It has a spotlight here and one round here in the trees. I'm very pleased with this castle. It sits out in the corner of my layout, and when it's lit at night it shines out across Edge Hey village and looks very distinctive. I will be honest and say that I was watching I'm a Celebrity when I was making it, and that was based in that castle in Wales, so that a little element of this looks the same. If you did enjoy it, please like it, share it, or look at my YouTube channel, which is Model Railway Scenics with Carol Flavin. And I'm sure I will see you again. I certainly hope so. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.